Hello, everybody. Welcome to a brand new webisode of the 2 Point Conversation, your home for daily football talk right here on the 2 Point Conversation YouTube channel. My name is Matt Johnson, your host, and our daily segment for today, as voted upon by my on the Facebook page, is what do I think the top 5 stories going into 2019? What do I think that they are? And there's a bunch, and everybody's stories are going to be different. It depends on who your favorite team is, what your questions are, and like I said, everybody has different opinions on how things are going to pan out. My number five is this is the homer one for me, and I think a lot of people question this too because I put this poll up on our Facebook page, and and a lot of people said no, and I don't blame them. I will not criticize other people's opinions. They could very well be right. What are the Colts still a playoff team without Andrew Luck? With Andrew Luck retiring, it's been the biggest story this week. I've harped on it, and so have many others. Are they still a playoff team? At one point, they were Super Bowl favorites. Definite Super Bowl favorites. Great team around them. I've harped on it quite a bit. Just incredible team around them. Defensively, offensively, the team was really shaping up, and Luck retired. How big of a drop-off do the Colts take with Jacoby Brissett behind center? So that's going to be a big question. I think a lot of people are interested in how the Colts maybe progress this year. But if they do not live up to the, even dropped expectations coming into 2019, it's going to open up the doorway for a lot of other teams to potentially get a wild card playoff run or making a playoff appearance. Number 4, I think this one hasn't been discussed that much, and I know people don't really care for this type of thing, but if the Patriots make the Super Bowl again, will the Patriots make the Super Bowl again? If the Super Bowl Patriots make it again, that will be 4 straight, which hasn't been done since the Bills did it in the early 90s. And it's been a claim to fame for a lot of Buffalo Bills fans. We've seen the Patriots over the years. They've overcome and adapted quite a bit into being one of the greatest sports franchises of all time. And I think it's a kind of a cool little thing. I'm not a Bills hater by any means, but a lot of Bills fans claim to fame is, hey, we've been to there 4 straight, and nobody else will ever accomplish that. That would be quite a slap in the face to those Bills fans if the Patriots were the ones to do that. So that's the story I'm looking out for this year. Number 3 is the sophomore quarterbacks, the Baker Mayfield, Lamar Jacksons, Josh Allen, Sam Darnold's, and even Josh Rosen down in Miami. How are those guys going to progress? 4 of them have been banked on as the future of their franchises. And we've seen some years where sophomore quarterbacks take a bit of a drop-off. There's a lot of questions to be asked. Josh Allen, in Buffalo, is he going to progress into a more accurate thrower and make smarter reads and not try to force balls in bad situations? He's shown that he can, but whether or not he does it consistently on a regular basis and puts the Bills in a position to win every week that's a big question. Sam Darnold is another one. He played very well last year. Has a little bit better of a team built around him. Is he going to, basically the same things? Is he going to progress? Lamar Jackson, a lot of people want to see a passer out of him. They've seen that he can kind of take off and, get the ball and just take off and run in the similar style to like Michael Vick back in the early 2000s or all throughout his career. So Lamar Jackson's, one has been interesting, and I've seen a lot of good in preseason. I'm actually pretty happy with Lamar Jackson's progress so far. Baker Mayfield is another question too. A lot of hype around him, and people are giving him like this mouthy stigma, I guess, and then maybe he probably is. He might be a little bit. I've been enjoying watching Baker play. He's gotten into some heat a little bit with some personalities, but we'll get a little bit more than that in a little bit. And Josh Rosen too, man, the dude didn't get a fair shake at all in Arizona. It's 100% factual. He, yeah, you can't. I'm not sure why they let him go. I really don't know. Giving a guy only 1 year in a really bad system is not a fair shake at all. So I really hope that Rosen shines in Miami. I do. I hope he can become something for them down there. A much needed franchise quarterback potentially. Everybody, everybody's about 50-50 on Josh Rosen, I think, at this point. There's more haters on him than there is. So I really hope Rosen succeeds. Number 2 is one that Pittsburgh fans might be curious about. Maybe. Are other former stars going to pan out well in other systems? Pittsburgh's a well-oiled machine. It has been. There's been some kinks, a lot of internal drama over the years. But, that Le'Veon Bell and Big Ben wanted to, or excuse me, not Big Ben, Antonio Brown wanted to leave, to kind of go their separate ways. It's tough. I mean, we can see now the Antonio Brown drama, why it may have been for the best that the Pittsburgh Steelers moved on from him. And Le'Veon Bell just wanted to get paid. So we'll see. We'll see. Pittsburgh sported one of the better offensive lines in pro football. They have consistently, and that's kind of where Bell has shined. And Antonio Brown has had one of the better quarterbacks of this generation, definite future Hall of Famer in Ben Roethlisberger. Derek Carr and Ben Roethlisberger is a bit of a difference, and that's not a knock on Derek Carr, but Roethlisberger is more seasoned than him, and the Pittsburgh team is just better put together. We'll see if Antonio Brown pans out, if he even makes the field at all, considering all the drama that has surrounded him, his helmet, his frostbitten feet. But I think that's a curious thing to go to. Both those gentlemen still went high in a lot of fantasy drafts, so I'm curious as to see where that takes us. And number 1 overall are the Browns for real? I've very rarely seen hype around a team so much, and it could all change with a very quick Week 1 loss. It could change very quickly. Browns are definite favorites right now by a lot of people. A lot of people think they're overrated too, but the lineup is stacked. The roster is one of the best on paper that I've ever seen, and a lot of people are expecting them to make a big jump this season. Big jump. A lot of personalities on the team as well. Is this team going to fold under pressure, or is it going to rise to the occasion? I think it's a big question. But yeah, those are my top 5 stories going into 2019. If you have any of yourself, please comment, whether it's the post on the Facebook page or underneath this video. I would love to hear yours. Everybody's perspective is going to be different, and that's what I love about doing this show. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, 2 Point Conversation is good.